I did sell some Rocket Lab. I had three
Rocket Lab, you've been
transactions where
selling like every day,
well, every day
right?
the damn thing goes up like another 5-10%. So this morning I woke up, it's like up almost 10%. I was like, okay, what is happening with this stock?
So
And
I have a
largely,
I
by
have
the
a
way, it's up
question.
on no news. Go ahead.
So when Rocket Lab goes up, are you selling based on how big of a move there was, or is it because the allocation has increased so much in your portfolio, you're trying to make sure it hits a certain, percentage target,
It's a
or both?
combination of both. So like both things are true in that like I think now Rocket Lab is no longer undervalued. Like when I was starting to buy it and accumulate it, and even as late as April when it went all the way down to the 20s, I was adding again. Um, it like I felt like it was undervalued, but now it's valued at such a price that it's sort of hard to justify. There's like no way to justify its valuation based on the next couple of years' revenue potential in the best case scenarios, right? So in the best case scenarios, Rocket Lab is going to have maybe 2 billion of revenue if it's super lucky in 2027. And like it's already valued at what over uh what is its current market cap? Let me click on it and find out. 31 billion. So even if it had 2 billion of revenue in 2027, it'd be its price sales would be roughly 15, which is pretty high, right? 15 is like a reasonably high valuation for a fast growing company. Now, could it get there in 3 or 4 years? Yes, but now we're talking about okay, 3 years of like uh, perfect execution is what it would take for it to justify today's valuation, right? So this is where it gets risky, and I still have 27%. Like when you look at my allocation here, like 27% of my portfolio is in Rocket Lab. So do I want to take that risk where um, if they miss, if the neutron rocket, for example, explodes on launch and it's a major disaster, what is the correction that could happen on this stock? Well, it could easily correct by 50% or more, right? And I don't want to be like that guy who did not take any profits at these levels to de-risk a little bit, right? Now, if it were to drop 50%, or or more because of some like short-term delay because the market tends to overreact to these types of things, then I'll probably be back in buying as opposed to continuing to trim. And it seems to me like a lot of investors do the exact opposite. Like there's more people buying Rocket Lab today, obviously, than when it was $3 a share. But nothing has changed about the company. The business model is still the same. They're still executing on the same uh, strategy and plan that they had 2 years ago or even longer ago. But 2 years ago, the stock was $3 a share. It's just kind of ridiculous when you look at it that way, right? It's nothing has changed, but more people now are buying Rocket Lab than people who were telling me that Rocket Lab was going to be irrelevant and SpaceX was going to eat their lunch, and they're not going to be a company that's going to be around in a few years. So because they're losing money too, they're still losing money. They're still executing on the same plan. They're still growing at roughly the same rate. It hasn't like accelerated or anything. So I'm just a different type of investor than I think a lot of people.